I'm sorry, y'all see this right now? I'm wearing sunglasses because look at that. The sun is actually out. I haven't seen the sun in like, since Italy basically. Since we were in Italy, I haven't seen the sun. Oh, but it's so nice. It's actually kind of warm today. It feels amazing. I'm off work a little bit early. We're gonna go ahead and put the wagon up on the lift. It feels kind of loose in the front. I just wanna go over and make sure all the bolts are still tight. And since it is sunny and not raining, gotta run the car through the car wash, get the wagon washed up, then probably head home and do some VR5 stuff. All right, let's see what we got going on down here. This thing is hit the ground a few times. But I want to go through and make sure all the control arms, the bushings, all the steering rack bolts, make sure everything's tight. It's not like a weird sound, it just feels kind of loose, so I just want to double check and make sure everything is still tight down here. All right, so the only thing I found underneath here, both of my ball joints on the bottom bolts were surprisingly loose. I'm not quite sure why, but now they're all nice and tight and snugged up. Other than that, every subframe bolt, everything else was tight. So I think we're good to go. I'm assuming that's what I was feeling, the looseness, and hopefully that solves the slight issue I was having. But other than that, looking pretty good down here. I was thinking about lowering the car down a little bit more in the rear, but I left all my spanners at home, so maybe another time. She do be looking good though. And we have the sunset going on over there. Not bad, not bad, not bad. The car cleans up nicely. It's kind of funny though, because I had just mentioned I want to go ahead and buy reflex silver fender and bumper, made the car match all together. All the ones I had saved that were kind of like local and close by have all sold. The only ones I can find now are like 4 or 5 hours away, and I don't really want to drive like 4.5 hours just for a fender or bumper. So for now, we're stuck with the that. I still can't believe in over about a year I've had this car now, we haven't had a single reflex silver bore come in. Not one. We've had a million Golfs come in, not a single reflex silver bore. So I don't know, I guess it's just not meant to be right now. I think though, after we get all the parts of the VR5 ordered and that's all squared away, I think I still want to wrap this car. So I'll probably start looking at some wrap colors and find some to order and try and knock it out myself. I've done parts of cars before, like I've wrapped a bumper before and small pieces, never an entire car. I know it's quite a process to do, and spots like this that are very curved and round can be kind of hard to do, but yeah, I think it'll be a fun little learning experience. And I have a couple colors I want to do on the car that I think will be pretty cool. Actually, before I go ahead and head home, I'm gonna stop by the BX real quick and see if they have any of the high temp silver engine paint. That way I can get the cylinder head painted and then knock that out and be done with it. All right, well, they didn't have any of the high temp silver, so I'm just gonna order some. It'll be here in a day or two, and then we'll go ahead and knock that out. All right, so it is now, what day is it? It's Wednesday now. I meant to film yesterday, couldn't get paint, and I went to dinner with Casey, so didn't film anything. It's now, like I said, Wednesday. Off work a little bit early. Gonna try and swing by Volkswagen. Some of you guys actually found the part number for that gasket I need for the cylinder head to the upper timing cover. I tried to find it online, which I did find it online, but everyone wants to charge so much money. So it's like a $4 like gasket seal thing, and all the prices come out to like 23, 24 euro to be shipped to my house, or like 30, 40 bucks to ship in the States, which is too much for a little gasket. So I'm gonna try and go to Volkswagen real quick over in K-Town, and hopefully they have one in stock, and that way I don't have to spend like $20, $30 on a little tiny gasket. So hopefully they're still open, and hopefully they have it. And then I also went ahead and put in another order for VR5 parts. I ordered both of the seals for the coolant pipe. I also ordered a brand new starter and a brand new alternator. I was just gonna clean up the ones I have, but since I'm doing the entire engine, I might as well just do just pretty much everything brand new. That way, once it's running, I can't have my alternator crap out in a week, 2 weeks. It's happened before. On my VR6, when I did that swap, I didn't change the alternator at first, and like a week in, the alternator died. So might as well just do it all right away. And then I also ordered the seal for the oil cooler, a new oil cap, and then another seal for something else. So that should all be here hopefully this week, and then just continue progress on the VR5. All right, so we made it to Volkswagen over in K-Town, and I'm parked between a beautiful Golf R Wagon. Woo! Thing is amazing, and the new Volkswagen ID3. Pretty cool to see them rolling around. Like I said, I've been seeing these cars in Golf 8s roll around for quite a long time now, but like this wagon is dope. All right, well, apparently today they closed their parts department at 3 o'clock. For what reason, who closes at 3 o'clock on a Wednesday, I have no idea, but they're closed. So maybe I'll try tomorrow, or maybe later in the week, or maybe I can find it online that doesn't want to charge me like $30, $40 for shipping. But on a side note, I think these wheels, these ID3 wheels, will look so cool on like any other car. I mean, they look cool on that car, but like I would rock those wheels in this car. Those things just look really, really cool. I also just realized there's a V10 Touareg behind me. How cool is that? Plus it has American plates on it, so that's one of the Americans. But yeah, Touareg V10 TDI, Golf R Wagon, and an ID3. What a cool little, and of course the Bora Wagon, of course the little wagon. What a cool little lineup. Got the wagon squad looking fresh. We went ahead into the spacers that I had on this car, now into this car, so it's 15 in the front and 20 in the rear. So she pretty much has the exact same fitment that I had before on the Santa Monica's, because these wheels are the exact same spec, 17x7 ET38. So exact same setup, just different wheels, but it looks good. And she washed it, so the wheels are back to being gloss black versus the matte black they were before. But the wagons be looking good. Not a bad little daily pair. All right, so moving over here, there's not a whole lot I can do today. I still don't have the high temp silver paint to do the head. Ooh, look at the block though. Man, that came out so good. Wrinkle black is like my new favorite thing. It looks so nice. But I was saying, everything else is looking so nice now. I don't want to use the old crusty hardware, because that was this doesn't look good together. So I think the shop that Martin told me about over in Kinsbach, I think it is, they do zinc coating. So I'm gonna take all my hardware for the engine, like every bit of hardware for everything on the engine, take it to them, let them zinc coat it like that cool, like goldish copper color. And I think that plus the colors of this are gonna look really good together. So maybe tomorrow if I have time, I'm gonna get up all the bolts today and do that. I also have exhaust heat wrap for the manifold, and then I want to get a few more things painted, but I can only do a couple things today. But hopefully tomorrow, or maybe or Friday. Today's Wednesday. Either tomorrow, Thursday, or maybe Friday, drop off all the bolts at the shop and then have those zinc coated. He said it's fairly inexpensive, so we'll see how it goes. All right, so far I have the upper and lower cover bolts ready to go. These are all the bolts for the sensors on the engine. We have thermostat and water pump bolts. We have the valve cover and the tensioner bolts. This is intake manifold and exhaust manifold. This is injectors plus all the little injector clips. I also want to do this lifting bracket with these two bolts. The one back here. I gotta pull these three on this side off. What else do we got? I think that's everything on the engine block. I also have to do over here is power steering bolts on that one. I wonder if I can do the entire pulley for the water pump. I mean, it's metal. Kind of cool. Maybe zinc plate that. Ooh, also we should do this, which is the fuel rail. That would be cool. Let's put that in the pile as well. I'm about to give them like any piece of metal I have and just zinc plate everything. So I may have gone a little overboard, but might as well get all of it done at one time. So this is our final count going to the shop probably tomorrow. All the baggies are all the bolts, and I actually put the power steering pulley and the water pump pulley in there. Hopefully they can do those. If not, it's okay, but those are in there. We have both pieces to the fuel rail right there. These are my G60 calipers that go on that car. So these two, the dust shields, the hubs, and the whole knuckles over there, all that done. And this is the accessory bracket, and then all the bolts are in there. So all of this stuff will get zinc coated. And I think the goldish copper kind of color is gonna look really good with the wrinkle black. All right, so now that all of those pieces will be zinc coated, and I already ordered a new starter and alternator, I was gonna paint the oil filter housing and cooler and the AC compressor in the wrinkle black. But now I'm gonna do both of these in silver just so they can look nice and fresh and OEM to match the rest of the new pieces that I already ordered. I love how nice these pieces came out. Woo! Good old V5, and especially this color with the wrinkle black. Oh my goodness. What a nice pair. Plus, we're gonna have all the nice hardware to go through all these pieces. It's gonna be looking nice. Oh, and also I have something really, really cool coming. So I had said I wanted to find a new engine cover because mine is broken and then I want to get a new one and paint it wrinkle black, but someone hit me up and I have one coming. And let me just tell you, this thing is gonna look so good in the engine bay. Just wait till it gets here. So it's now currently the next day, and I could have sworn that yesterday was Wednesday, but apparently today's actually Wednesday. I don't know how I mixed that up, but I did. So today is Wednesday. It's mildly nice outside today. Sun's out a little bit. It hasn't started raining yet. I'm sure I just jinxed it, but the weather this week actually hasn't been too bad. Again, probably just jinxed it, but is what it is. So the plan for today, I have all the parts loaded up. I have to stop by the metal shop, drop them off to get zinc coated. I'm thinking more than likely I'm gonna have to take the calipers tomorrow and have them sandblasted because they are a little bit crusty, but we'll see if they take them or not. After that, go stop by Volkswagen again and hope the parts department's open this time, and then give me that little gasket I need to seal the timing cover to the head. All right, I believe, yep, this is the place here. Tomb, however you wanna say it. All right, well, I guess that went pretty well. The owner was super nice. We're not doing a zinc coating anymore. I'll put a picture on the screen right here. We're doing, it's more of like a bluish steel, he told me. It looks pretty cool. I just want, it's gonna like all the parts are gonna look like brand new basically. They won't be zinc coated. He said a lot of times with zinc coating, he was trying to explain to me, his English wasn't the best, but we were trying to go back and forth, that it makes the bolts a little bit weaker. And so they couldn't do the brake caliper or the the knuckle for the front. That way, if it makes the metal weaker, there could be an accident, it can break, and they don't want to be liable for that. So I didn't do the knuckle or the caliper, but everything else got dropped off. So he said check back about next week. He said probably no more than 50, 60 euro, which is pretty cheap to have all your bolts like stripped and then recoated. So everything's gonna look brand new, nice and shiny, and for a pretty cheap price. So I'm excited about it. Also, side note, and I knew this was gonna happen, so I had all of my parts in individual baggies all labeled, ready to go, but I knew it was gonna happen. He said they all have to go into one like container, how they do it, the coating stuff, all at once and back out all at once. So they won't be individual baggies anymore. So we're gonna have a very fun time trying to sort through bolts afterwards, making sure they go back to the right place. But I took pictures of each baggie with the parts that are inside each one. So hopefully it's not too difficult, but we'll have a little bit of a sorting to go on later on. So what I'm hoping is that by the time that my hardware is done, which is gonna be like mid next week, so probably right around Wednesday, I'll check back and see if they're done. I'm hoping all the rest of my parts will show up, the starter, alternator, and all the other little odds and ends that I need. So by mid next week, once the hardware comes back, we can pretty much put the entire engine together, which is so exciting. All right, well, back at Volkswagen yet again, and it's kind of like deja vu because the same R is there, the ID3 is there, and the V10 is there. But hopefully today I walk out with some parts. That's the goal here. On a side note though, what do you guys think would be the more ultimate wagon to have? A Golf R wagon or a Passat R36 wagon? I think I'd go Passat R36 because I prefer the VR platform, but I don't know. That thing is pretty sweet. All right, so I don't have the part in hand, but it has been ordered, only cost me €5, and it'll be here tomorrow after 10 a.m., so it works out. All right, so right now, Martin's on his way over to the junkyard to pick up the pieces from me. So the ones that they couldn't do at the shop, so the knuckles, the hubs here, the calipers, and the accessory bracket, Martin's gonna come pick this up, have them re-sandblast it. Well, these haven't been done at all, but sandblast all these pieces, that way I can go through and just paint them myself. I think I'll do this in maybe wrinkle black. We'll see. And then probably gloss black for these two, and then I don't know for the calipers just yet. But either way, they'll be sandblasted and I can do whatever color I want to do. Here comes the man himself now. So the plan for the rest of the day, since the VR5 is kind of on a hold right now until I get some parts back, gonna take Miley and the R32, quick little cruise over to the car wash. Some guys are meeting up since it is quite nice out. Very, very nice weather. So go hang out for a little while. Before I can drive Miley, I have to get on the car, adjust the tie rods a little bit, and fix the toe by eye. It needs a proper alignment, but just make sure it's drivable over right now. I'm gonna do a quick little adjustment. All right, so looking from the front of the car, we can see this side, the toe is pointing out a little bit. and this side as well, same thing, toes pointing out. So I'm gonna go into the car, adjust it, just get them as straight as possible. Obviously this is not like a professional alignment, it's not perfect, and I will get an alignment, but for now, just to make it drivable and feel better, I'll get them as straight as possible, and it should be good for right now. All right, so kind of dark, you can't really see, but I was able to get them pretty straight on both sides, so the car should drive a lot better. Obviously it's not perfect, but from here to the car wash it should be fine. Alright, so the car definitely drove better than the first time I drove it with all the new fabulous stuff, but it's definitely not where it should be to really enjoy the full potential of all their awesome stuff. So definitely gonna schedule alignment very, very soon, get this car all dialed in. That way we can do some actual ripping in this car. I always say this, but it's so crazy how fast this car feels after driving my Wagon for like a month straight. The 1.6 is like, it's bulletproof and it's awesome, but it's super, super slow. So hopping back into this car, which is lighter and has more power, it just feels like a rocket ship. It's so much fun. All right, well, I think this video's been long enough now. It's been like the past 3 days. I didn't want to like try and make one video per day because like with working every single day, it's kind of hard to make an entire video without like filming just random stuff for no reason. So the past 3 days into one video, which I think worked out pretty well. Made a lot of good progress on the VR5. Like I said, by the time, like by middle of next week, once I get my hardware back and all the rest of my parts show up, we should be able to assemble just about all the engine middle of next week. So that's pretty exciting. I cannot wait to see the entire thing back together. It's gonna look all the new hardware, all the wrinkle black paint, the paint matte stuff. It's gonna look absolutely beautiful in one piece. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Do not forget to be thankful for every single day. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Hey, I was doing just fine before I met you.